Israel Adesayna is one of the most exciting MMA practitioners on the planet and one of the most charismatic fighters on the UFC roster. But what about his time in the boxing ring? Many combat sport athletes, especially those in the UFC, have transitioned over to boxing over the past couple of years, including many of Jake Paul's victims in Ben Askren and Tyron Woodley. But Adesayna actually appeared in the pugilistic endeavour before ever entering the UFC octagon. The last stylebender is known for his incredible striking ability inside of the octagon, but did that translate to the sweet science? Here is everything you need to know about the former UFC Middleweight Champion Israel Adesayna's boxing career ever before he joined the UFC. Adesayna began his boxing career in November of 2014 when he entered New Zealand's version of the prize fighter tournament, nicknamed the Super 8 Boxing Tournament, which was a one-night winner-takes-all tournament in which Adesayna would enter the tournament as one of two wild cards to enter the inaugural Super 8 Cruiserweight Tournament. The tournament format would be that there would be 4 quarter-finals in which each fight would take place over a 3-round distance, with each winner progressing on to the next round before the tournament best would meet each other in the final to be crowned as the Super 8 champion. The tournament resembled that of prize fighter, but the Super 8 tournament had a unique twist in which if a fighter could not be chosen after the 3 rounds, a swing winner takes all round would take place to crown the winner of the fight. So Adesayna would make his debut against 2-time Australian champion Daniel Aman. Adesayna go on to dominate the first 2 rounds of the fight before taking his foot off the gas, allowing Aman back into the fight. After the 3 rounds had concluded, Adesayna suffered a controversial loss via a unanimous decision, as it looked as if he had outpointed Aman in the quarter-finals.
Redemption. Sometimes it's about making up for your own mistakes in centre ring. For others, it's about proving the judges were the ones who were mistaken.
The theme is redemption. You've got 2 guys here who I believe deserve a second chance more so than the others, and that's Israel Adesayna, because I think he was robbed. I think he should have gone to an extension round, and I think he excites people.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds of action, we go to the judges' scorecards for decision. All 3 judges scored this contest 29-28 for your winner by unanimous decision. Fighting out of the red corner,
wow.
Daniel, the Doberman
An interesting decision. I wouldn't have argued for a draw.
I still wouldn't have been surprised if that went to a decided 4th round there. I'm glad it didn't. Happy with the win, hopefully I can keep it going.
A little bit of surprise down here because we both thought it might go to an extension round, Mons.
I think that would have been a fair decision. I think it was very close. You couldn't really separate the boys in that 3rd round. I think early on, Adesayna showed his speed once again. Daniel Aman, we said early on, it's going to be difficult finding his range against a very awkward fighter, but he got there in the end.
I don't feel like I got my ass kicked. It's like, what the fuck? It's a bit of a glitch. Like, how did I lose? I didn't feel like I lost. I didn't feel like I lost anything. Even he said on the mic, like he was kind of thinking he was going to go to a 4th round, but he was glad it didn't. And backstage, he said the same thing, like, I'm glad it didn't go to a 4th round because I don't think I had any more in me. And I felt great. I had gas for days, but yeah, I should have expelled it at the time.
Adesayna would come away from the sport before re-entering the Super 8 tournament in May of 2015, now held at the Horncastle Arena in Christchurch, New Zealand. It was the 2nd Cruiserweight series, with the winner receiving 25,000 New Zealand dollars and a brand new car. In the very first round of the new tournament, Adesayna would pick up his first professional win against New Zealander Asher Derbyshire after Adesayna knocked his opponent out in the 2nd round of their contest. In the 2nd round of the tournament, Adesayna would pick up a majority decision victory over Lance Bryant before he would progress onto the tournament final, in which he would face off against the former world title challenger and the very well seasoned and boxing veteran Brian Minto, in which Adesayna would go on to win the fight via a split decision, therefore crowning him as the Super 8 champion.
And yeah, I got picked on a lot, I didn't know how to fight. Tell you right now, man, I didn't choose fighting, fighting chose me. And just, throughout, let me just say, just life shapes you, I came through, as you seen, you know, with the balaclava. I was coming to rub the place up, but yeah, I felt like I got robbed that night, you know. And sometimes I just didn't realize, like, because I'm a guy with no amateur record, no pro record. So when I go in there and whoop their guys, I'll make them look bad.
Oh, and a lovely straight right hand.
Beautiful.
You've got to say, what has this kid got in his pocket?
Wow, this kid's impressive, man.
Yeah, you know, when I was in there, I think I wasn't just fighting Arman, I was fighting the judges as well in the old school boxing community. So I should have probably just jumped on him when I heard him the first 2 times, and just a few things I made mistakes on my part. And yeah, just looking to capitalize on that this time.
Adesanya would proceed to enter the tournament again in 2015, in which he would defeat Shane Hopeman by a unanimous decision in the tournament semi-final, and defended his cruiserweight crown with another win over Lance Bryant in the tournament final, therefore capping off Israel Adesanya's boxing career with a record of 5 victories, with one of those wins coming by the way of knockout, with his sole defeat coming in his professional debut. Adesanya, after his boxing career, would enter the UFC, where he would go on to capture the UFC middleweight crown and challenge for the UFC light heavyweight title. Adesanya is still viewed as one of the best multi-disciplined fighters in the world today, after being a champion in 3 disciplines, picking up world titles in mixed martial arts and kickboxing, and being crowned as a 2-time Super 8 Cruiserweight Tournament champion.
Middleweight champion of the world, Israel, the last style bender, Adesanya!
Fastest man in the world, baby. Cause I run so fast, I run into your face.